Good morning, fellow Hydroneers, and welcome back to the wonderful Ember Cradle. Last time we set up our workshop and got some basic automation going. I cleaned up the little mess that was made down there, processed it into coins while we were off camera. Used our little yeet cannon sorter machine, and I'm already sick of it. It throws stuff everywhere, even though I said build it because it, saves time and energy, but yeah, we built it. Now we're going to quickly not use it because today we're going to focus on expanding this. So right now our automation consists of drill go thunk, dirt go in harvester, it spits out an ore onto the ground here. We then have to go and sort it. We don't want to do that. We instead want to have multiple drills hooked up to a conveyor line that'll bring it up, turn all the dirt into stuff, sort it out, and then we will automatically smelt it into bars down at the bottom. So our plan is going to be to have some drills probably running at this spot here. I'm going to put them at the depth of the harvester currently so that they're all the way underground so that they'll get cloudium. And we'll probably make room for a couple of them to come maybe to here. And then we'll have the ore get brought up. And over here, the ore is going to turn a belt or turn a corner, and we'll do all of our processing right through here. So this is going to involve a lot of digging. I'm going to be very, very busy. Number one, I'm going to flatten the whole side out just like I did over there. And then I'm going to be digging out a hole. So I'm going to take a couple minutes here, and I'm going to flatten this out. I will talk to you when Ember Cradle has been flattened. Alright, you probably can't tell, but the whole world's been raked flat here, so now we have a nice even place to work from, so as we place things later, there won't be any clipping, so good, throw this away. And now we need to decide how big do we want our hole to be and where to put it. And one thing we have to remember is that the edges where you can't dig, so like you can't dig any of this stuff, comes down at an angle. It doesn't come straight down. The way Ember Cradle is this side is pretty steep, whereas this side is pretty smooth. If you were to remove all the dirt, the way to get out would be this side because you'd be able to run up the wall, whereas a lot of the spots over here you can't. So we need to make sure that we dig far enough this way that our drills have room to be placed. We're going to place them at the height of that harvester, and we're going to dig out a section big enough for probably 8 of them. So we'll do a 4 by 4, which means we need a section for pipe, a drill, conveyor belt, a drill, and a pipe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles wide, and then it needs to be survive a random little stutter freeze, and then it needs to be 4 deep plus however long we need to get the conveyor belts to come out. There goes the freeze away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably use this spot right here. We'll put one drill here, one drill there, one drill there, and one drill one more out. So our next step is going to be to dig the massive hole. Of course, we are not going to dig here in the dark, so I am going to click my bed, and then we'll be able to get digging here, and we'll show you some little tips and tricks to getting through your digging quicker, as digging in this game is quite monotonous. Number one, though, we're going to grab our cart that has money, and we're going to go buy something that we saw, I believe, on the first episode, weren't able to pick up. That is going to be the miner's hat. So, money in, mining helmet, money back. Alright, so you can pick it up with E and it'll go into your hand, or you can press Q and it'll go on your head.
Charging battery.
And now you have a light. So now as I look at things, it'll be a little easier to see. So while it's not the greatest light, I can still kind of see, whereas before I was completely blind. So when we are trying to dig out our hole, one of the best things we can do is combine the power of the pickaxe with the hoe. So one of the things I can do is click this rock twice here. Put that back on my head. And then I can use the rake and I can finish out that spot there. So that spot there was finished up really quick, and it gave it some nice flat edges. We can get rid of these random bits right here. And that's one layer. So again, this is where the drill is going to be. Pipe is going to be here. Conveyor belt, drill, pipe. So we would need to go over one more. One there. And one more set. We'll just smack these since they're pretty big sections. And then you can, again, just do a couple clicks, swap to your rake, and then just like that, you have some nice, flat, pretty looking holes, and you can just kind of go back and forth. And this part's kind of rough because this is where we were digging before, and we weren't really caring how it looked. We were just, you know, in the mindset of let's make a hole and get our machines down there. We missed making this one look all nice, so and yeah, you can just kind of repeat this process until you go all the way down to your depth and you go all the way across. So I'm going to be doing quite a bit of digging here. We're going to get this hole all the way dug out. It'll be big enough that we can stick 8 miners in there. Obviously, at first we're only going to have 1, but we will set it up so that it's ready to go for all 8 and be able to upgrade as we go. So I will see you all in like an hour. This dig is going to take just a little bit. So see you after the big dig. Well, actually, surprising shock there. I found a sword relic sticking in the ground while digging. It was just stuck in the ground and I picked it up. So these are something I don't really play with that often. I believe the cave is over, it's over this way. I'm trying to remember where this cave is. I think it's this way. Is it? I don't remember where it is. But anyway, there's these 4 relics. I think there's 4 that you can find as you dig. And they go in that cave. They go in a cave with some plinths that we'll go visit it later. But just want to let you know we did find this sword relic randomly digging. It was just kind of stuck in the ground. And all I saw was the gold hilt. And I thought it was a piece of gold. I clicked it and boom, there is a sword in my hand. So we'll just keep this here for later. We'll do stuff with it when it comes time to that. Alright. Back to the dig. Alright, the majority of the digging is done. Let's take that helmet off. I did wind up changing the hole a little bit. So I just, for one, I dug all the way to the wall. I just thought it looked kind of nicer. We'll clean up that little bit in a second. That it went all the way to the quarry wall. I also went one further this way. And the reason I went one further is because I actually went down one more. Originally, this would have been sitting up at this height. But I decided, let's go one deeper and just get better resources. Might as well. There's room for it down here. I think you can go 1 or 2 more down, but the bottom gets pretty thin when you start doing that. This, however, will leave room for, there'll be a pipe here, a drill here, conveyor here, a drill here, pipe here. So we'll just stick this guy right there for now. And then we need to start thinking about our conveyor belts and how they are going to get up and out. I also built a little staircase so we can jump out. We'll put actual stairs there and make this look nice here in a bit. But for now, we get to start planning out, everything that we need in order to hook all of this up. And then we're going to go buy ourselves all of the conveyor belts and all of the other requisite machinery that we are going to need. So we're going to need a whole bunch of pipes because conveyor belts run with pipes. We need to get, pipe power down to the drill, and then we'll set it up so that it's ready to hook up to the other 7 when we get them. Again, we're going to go to 8 drills here at Emperor Cradle. Once we have the 8, that should produce enough resources for us to expand to another plot. But we'll make sure that before we leave Emperor Cradle here that we build something really nice. So let's start thinking about what do we need. Well, we need 1 conveyor belt, 2 conveyor belt, 3 conveyor belt, 4. And then from there, it needs to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to the even here. But then we actually want to go up again because we want our conveyor belts to be at this height. And the reason we want our conveyor belts at this height, well, actually, we're going to go up even one more than that. We're going to go, because what we're going to want to do is have this machine be about there. And the reason for that is we're going to dump the ore in. It's going to come out to conveyor belts that are at this height. Those conveyor belts are going to sort and dump it into some auto smelters that I want at my height. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? That was 6 elevators that we'll need. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it should be 6. We'll buy 7 just in case. If we have extra, oh well, we can use it at another dig site. Another thing that we'll need to consider is that, for example, this machine needs water too as we plumb it up. We're going to hook this machine up to the same pipes that the drills get hooked up to, but we're going to make a second piping system for conveyor belts. The reason for that is conveyor belts do not wear down and break, so they don't need to have filters on them. We're going to put some boosters on them in the future to make them move faster. And I think it's cool just have 2 pipe setups going side by side. It looks kind of neat. So let's begin thinking about, well, actually going and getting all that stuff. I'm going to grab our money. And we are going to go and actually get to use the big old truck. Now, the cool thing about this truck is it is powered by water. You can see there's that blue fuel tank right there. When you run out of fuel, you just pour water into it. It's pretty neat. And then, since we're going over there, let's grab the sword and go put it on the relic stand while we're there. So, pretty simple. You press Q to get in the truck, and you just drive off. So we're going to head over to Bridgeport, and we are going to get the materials that we need. Cross this little bridge that doesn't have any guardrails to keep us from falling off. You'd think there would be guardrails on something like that, but there is not. I don't remember where the relic cave is. I don't think we're even going to go by it. That's fine, though. Anyway, we are here at Bridgeport. Little information what's here. So, obviously, we got itchy carts. We bought that cart before. We can buy extra trucks, and in the future, as they add vehicles, they'll be available here. The scrapyard, we can throw junk items in and scrap them and get some money back. Up above, where that green neon sign is, you have some logic components. We have a furniture store, and what we've come for right here, Conveyor Nation. So this is the conveyor belt stores. These are all the different belts and their attachments. So we'll go over what each of these do. So these dirt shredders, hooks that you see, they basically take big dirts and shred them into small dirts. I'm not really sure what the point of that is, so we're not going to buy any of them. The centralizer hook puts things in the middle. I like to use these to put things in the middle and make things look nice, but we're not going to use it right away because it costs money. These merger hooks are used for making T-shapes. I don't believe we're going to have any T-shapes in this build, but when we do a tier 2 build later, we'll have them. We've got the gem polisher hook. This goes on top of a regular conveyor belt and will automatically polish our gems. So we're going to be bringing one of those for sure. We got 6,104. We got to pay attention to that. All right, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4 belts for down below. We're going to go ahead and buy them. and start just throwing them in my truck. The truck kind of behaves the same as the cart, where you can do the stacking a ton of things because they don't have a hitbox when they're in here, which is pretty nifty. It's also bigger space. It's a little easier to put the big things inside of it. So those are our 4 conveyors for the bottom. Now we're going to need these guys. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll get 6. Did I need 6 or 7? I think it's 7. So again, we'll get 7 here.
Huh?
So we'll throw these up. Oh. Decided it did not want to stay in the truck. Excuse me, sir. But stayed up there. They're cursed. They do not want to go. They say, no, don't put me in the mines. That is not where I want to be. If you have things falling off, you can just hop in the truck and hop out, and it will do the same thing the cart does, where it locks things up and says, nope, you may not move. So, we'll get the 7th there. We've got 2,824 to go. Right after our harvester, we're going to want one of these. And then after that, we are going to want these splitter conveyors. Now, there's 2 kinds. And which one you get depends on which direction your belter is going. Ours is going to be going left to right, and I want it to spit towards me. So, I'm going to want, I believe, which way does this move? I think it's this one that I want. I think it's this one that I want. And I need 1 for gold, 1 for iron, 1 for cloudium, 1 for shards, and actually we don't need a gem one because we're going to send them off the end. And perfect, we had just enough gold, so we don't quite have enough to get our logic compressor for our gems for now. That'll be fine. We will be able to get most of the base build done with what we have here. Ooh, except you know what we might be short money-wise? We might be short money-wise for pipes, but we'll fix that and show you a quick little way to make some money when your mining stuff isn't set up. So I'm going to drive back to town, and I will see you when we're back at Ember Cradle. All right, we are back here at Ember Cradle. We've got all of our things dropped off, and we have a problem. We don't have the pipes to place all of these things on. You need pipes to put your conveyor belts on, otherwise they can't run. We don't have really any money left. Our mining setup isn't set up. What do we do? Because we don't want a hand pan. Well, this is where, and I've already started doing it just a little bit, we get to look at fishing. So I spent the last of our money and I bought 2 little fishing pots. These are just chilling in the water and eventually they'll catch a fish. Also got a fishing pole, and fishing is super simple. You just toss the little bobber out and you wait. Eventually it's going to dip down. So we'll give it just a second here. Oh, and there it goes. Got ourselves a little mackerel. And it's pretty simple. You just catch fish, and then that's some visual. Can I fix that? I can. Perfect. All right. We'll take our fish, and then you just sell your fish to the jeweler. And that probably sounds pretty weird. It's like, why are we selling our fish to the jewelry store? Well, because the next update isn't in yet. The next update will add what is called the grocer, which is a new kind of trader like the... Words hard. Like the jeweler, but they'll buy food from us, because the next update includes farming. So we can catch some fish, and then it makes a little bit of money. So obviously that's only 24 coins, but I've literally caught 3 fish, and it took me like 2 seconds. So this is how I'm going to earn the money to buy all the pipes that we need. We are going to need a whole bunch of pipes. So I am due for a whole bunch of fishing here. I'm just going to sit on the river, catch some fish, make some money, and then when we actually have enough money to install all of the things we bought, I will come back and show you guys what's going on. All right, we're back. I'm not done fishing, but I managed to catch a prawn here, which means I can upgrade my fishing rod. So I figured I would take you guys along. So there is a place to do this. You go to your first shop, tools and equipment. Oh, and here's that cave, by the way, on the way over. So let's just take our sword in here, and the sword goes on one of these plinths. So let's just put it right there. And we'll leave it there, and when we find the rest, we'll put them there as well. So now we can go ahead and leave that. And what we'll do is we will head over here to this little town. This little town has a stock market that buys fish. Right now the demand is down, so you wouldn't get as much out of selling it there, so we wouldn't sell there. We're going to come in a little town. We're going to head out this little tunnel. And then right here, we can see that if we put a prawn in here, we can buy ourselves a wonky fishing pole. So it's a step up from our last little pole here. So we have upgraded our fishing pole. Super nice and easy and quick. And then when we catch whatever that thing is, we can come back and upgrade again. So just a small little... We upgraded our fishing rod update for you there. Still fishing, still making money. See you in a little bit. Alright, so we've done some fishing, and it is time to kind of show you how all of these items connect in. So we've got our drill there. I'm going to show you how these conveyor belts work. So conveyor belts, they need to be placed on top of pipes, and I think this helmet is what's causing the problem here. So I have the place anywhere mod, so I could technically put it wherever, but if you don't have that turned on, it will only let you put it on top of pipes, and there's really no reason to place it not on pipes because it doesn't do anything if it's not connected to a pipe. Obviously, this pipe doesn't have water, so it's not going to move. Anyway, you snap them straight onto your pipes, and there's a little arrow on top that tells you what direction, so we know we are running it in the correct direction. So we're going to place our 4 straight conveyors that we bought. And these are where all the miners are going to connect to. So all the miners will dump onto this, and then we will start conveyoring it out. And then as far as conveyoring it out goes, you just need these guys here. They just go like that. And you can just run elbows like this to get things up. We're going to be needing to do some extra digging. I realized once I had started laying the pipes out for this. There we go. That's in the right spot. So we're going to need to dig here so that it can get the rest of the way out. We're also going to need to dig a little channel here so that we can get a pipe down, because what we're going to do is we're going to have one water source pipe coming from here. That's going to come over here. It'll go down, and then it will power all of the conveyors going up. And then around here, it'll power all of these as well. And then this water channel will also stay. And what it's going to do is it's going to come across. It's going to have a T here going down, a T here going down, and it will service all 8 of the drills once we put them in there. So it's pretty simple. It's mostly just a lot of digging, buying pipe, placing pipe, and yeah, a little bit of monotony work. So I'm going to get to getting all of that built up and all the holes dug out, and yeah, we'll get this operation ready to roll. Alright, welcome back. We've been doing a bunch of fishing, selling a bunch of fish stuff. I upgraded my fishing rod a whole bunch of times. We are up to a tier 6 pole. Not going to bore you with fishing stuff. It's pretty boring. You just stand here and catch fish. It's all RNG. You upgrade your rod every time. And yeah, I'll do a fishing video in the future and like explain it, but we're not going to bother with it. We're not going to spend a lot of time fishing on our billion grind, because if you tried to grind a billion coins fishing, you would be here your entire life. So we've got most of the system built and plumbed up, and I've even got it turned on here. So quick explanation of how the system works. We have 2 water inlets coming in here. This one runs the conveyor belts, so it comes out here, heads on down, plugs into the conveyor belts, go up, and then underneath this one, there's a T-pipe so that it can run these conveyors. These are those sorting conveyors that we talked about, and as you can see, you put 1 of each item up on top here. Oh, and you may have also noticed that it's spinning that way instead of this way like I talked about. I bought the wrong ones. They face the wrong way. We'll just build over here and make it that way. But anyway, as you can see, the items are coming through, getting sorted, getting pushed. This one's going to miss its bucket. This bucket should be here. And yeah, things just kind of fall in and this way. So right now, everything just falls straight into the bucket. Later, we'll have some automatic smelting. Uncut gems go here. We need to get another pipe and another conveyor belt to put that on in order to automatically cut them. But yeah, this is kind of the basics of our automation. Down below, we'll explain that in just a minute. We'll have to change that later as we add drills, but it's got its own set of power. I can turn the drill on and off here. This pipe goes over, splits off here. That's what powers the harvester. Goes on down and then powers the drill. There is a pressure tank here to make this run at a faster speed. We're going to add 4 more drills. Each time we add a drill, we'll replace one of these with a T-section, and this will eventually sit here at the end. And then there will also be a second set of drills over here, and how they will get powered is we will replace this bend here with a T. It will come across, it will come down, and it will mirror this side. So that's what it will look like when we have all 8. But now we have automatic sorting, so as our thing does its grinding, I don't have to sit there and pick something up out of the bucket and drop it back in. So yeah, our money should be coming back in. I don't have to go fishing to make more money. That was not very fun. I regret taking apart our system and should have probably done 4 or 5 more sets of buckets before I tried to build this system, but hey, what are you gonna do? So our next little steps here are to get ready for more drills, and we will kind of go over how you make more drills. We'll also work on getting smelters set up here. So for now, what we got to do is just play a little game of smelt stuff and make money. So we can grab the gold bucket here, put down a new bucket to hold its place and catch the new pieces as they come in. And this is what I'm going to do for the next little while, is just carry stuff over, make ourselves a gold ingot, throw it up here. We've already got gems ready to go, so we don't have to go get the others. We will cut this bar in half. It's apparently not getting hot. Come on, warm up. Get toasty. There we go. Now it's toasting up. So we're going to have a lot of crafting to do. One thing we are not going to do, though, is we are not going to... Need a pan. Go back there. We are not going to craft and sell the iron, because we are going to need the iron for future drills. What we are going to do, though, is go turn it into an ingot and see how much we have already. And this wasn't getting hot, so that'll heat up and It'll make a noise when it's ready to go. These bars should be ready though, and smack. Boom, just like that we have a necklace, and it's worth, how much? 722 hydro coins, so we will take and sell that in a bit here. Iron, get hot. Should be just a minute till we hear that wonderful noise it makes. We'll just double check real quick we're not spilling items. The iron is still not melted. There we go. And there is our iron ingot. Now we're going to check the weight of it. So this ingot weighs 70. I don't know if it's like pounds, kilos, or what, but it's got a weight unit of 70. This is smaller than we need it to be. We need 300 weight in order to make another drill. So we're going to be gathering iron for a little bit and gathering gold. And once we have 300 iron, we will make our way over to... we'll make our way over to Ice Helm, and I'll show you how to craft new drills. But for the next little while, I'm going to be playing a game of coming back and forth between here and there, crafting up gold into jewelry. We'll use up all these gems. We'll gather iron up. And yeah, right now it is just kind of a game of gather resources and wait. And then once we've got a decent amount of gold gathered up for some money, we will buy the rest of the materials we need to outfit this station. We'll get some smelters to go here, so rather than have to carry these over to the workshop, it'll just all smelt it into bars over here. And then we will move, I think we're actually going to move our workshop here, and we'll put it along this wall, and then we'll build a building around this whole thing and have a little enclosed work area, and that'll be the plan for kind of the next episode here, is building that building and getting it all enclosed. All in the meanwhile, filling up and getting those 8 drills. Alright, so I'm going to take a couple minutes here and just gather up resources and see how much we can get in about the next 10-15 minutes. Now that we have a bar that weighs 300, we can get to work on getting our second drill. So let's go ahead and do that. So getting an extra drill is a little bit different than the way we go about normal things. Normally, you just go and buy something. You walk up to the store, you toss in your money, and they give you the thing. However, making drills and more harvesters is a little bit different. Instead, you do need some money for it, so there's 3,400. And then you will also need an ingot, along with our money, that is at least 300 in size for the tier 1 drill that we're trying to make. And I have some extra money over here from when we bought the spanner. So 682 combined with 3,400. So there's 4,000. We are going to take the truck. Make sure I grab that ingot before we go, because we got a bit of traveling to do. We're going to go out and get ourselves a new drill. So we need to make our way over to Ice Helm, which, since we haven't been there yet, we will go together. So Ice Helm is up by one of the other dig sites, and actually has a dig site inside of it too that is a bit unique, and we'll take a look at it while we're up there. So you got this little icy town over here which has a stock market in it, and you're gonna drive right past it, and then we're gonna go around over here. If you took a left there, it would take you into the aquifer quarry, which is a quarry that has an aquifer on 3 different levels. It's kind of cool. We'll be going there later. We'll build a nice little cool thing here. So if you go left at this fork, you'll go to another dig site that has like snow and stuff around it. But to get to Ice Helm, here we go. Now there's some cool things up here. You can throw items on here and it sends it down to the bottom. And then you can park your truck here and have things fall into it. I don't ever do that though, because sometimes it'll do weird things. So I'm going to throw my iron here. I'm going to throw my coin here. And then they went poof. Where did they go? Well, they went down below. So there is a lift we can ride, but I'm just going to jump, because who needs a lift when you can just fly down? And boom, look at this. This is the interior of Ice Helm, and this is where we're going to be doing most of our things. Now we need to go pick up our items, and I'm going to shortcut my way down. So we're just going to jump. Our items appeared down here, and the reason they came all the way down here is this is actually a dig site you can buy. It costs 7,200, and what's unique about the dig site down here is, one, you got this belt to take things up real quick, but two, instead of this dig site being you dig deeper, you dig vertically or horizontally. You dig that way, and the deeper you go and the further in, the more valuable things you find. So we're going to take our money, and number one, we need to go buy a what is this thing called? A blueprint from the blueprint store. So we will head over to that store real quick, which is right here. We will put our money in here, and then these are the blueprints, or designs, and these are all the things we want to make. We want to buy this one, the Forged Iron Drill Masterwork Design. On the front of them, it tells you what tier they are, so this is a tier 1 drill. And then on the left, you can see that 300. That is on an iron ingot, saying that we need 300 weight of an iron ingot in order to make it. And my game froze up there. It unfroze, though. And then here next to it's the tier 2, where you need 1,000 iron and 300 cloudium. There's these intake boosters, which we'll be making a bunch of these later. And there's harvesters, too, for crafting up the dirt. But this is the only thing we're interested in now. Go ahead and click it. And we will buy a pan while I'm here to throw stuff in to carry. This will be to carry things. We'll have to come back for that, because I want to take my money with me. But the first thing we're going to do is go and grab our iron ingot. So again, I'll just jump on down. You know, no fall damage in this game makes it kind of nice, so grab our ingot, and I don't believe you can throw the designs inside of these pans and get them to stay, but I guess we could try that real quick. But I'm pretty sure that they don't stick to the pan. And this is a place where if I was going to set up that mine down below, I'd probably want one of those fast carts to get around with all the time. It doesn't stick to it, so we will just have to carry it one by one. So we will carry our money in the iron bar over first, and then we'll go get the design, and then we will make ourselves a drill. So, money state. Back for the design. Now there are a lot of places you can kind of fall down and get stuck here, so while you're parkouring around and taking your shortcuts, make sure you figure out where you can and can't jump down at, because if you unstuck down here, it puts you in all sorts of weird places up top. Sometimes it'll put you at the entrance here, sometimes it'll put you in the middle of another quarry. It does some weird things down here, so try to pay attention to where you jump off at. The crafting system for new drills is actually pretty cool and pretty simple. You take your design, you put it on this plinth, and then you grab your material, you come up top, you throw it in here, press this lever, and there's our drill. And then any excess you have goes right here, so we can go ahead and throw that there. And then, by the way, you can fall through that grate. It is not a solid floor. Yeah, you can just drop straight into that mine down there. You can also drop small items down there, so that's kind of helpful. So now we've thrown everything in, throw that up, and that went upstairs. And we can go pick it up, and we'll just go up there together and show you that it made it there. So up the stairs we go. Lift just came back down for us. We'll wait for it to take us up. And here we go. Here's the items we sent up. So there's our money and the excess iron. Into the truck. And our big old drill. And that's our drill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to the base. I'm going to hook this drill up. I'm also going to, on the way, stop by Bridgeport and get the extra conveyor belt and actually the gem compactor. And I'm going to set those up off camera between episodes. So next time we will have 2 drills and the gem compressor all set up. And we will begin making the place look nice. So thank you for joining me today, and have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.